What's up, guys? Tony Kress here, and I'm going to talk to you about sprinting for fat loss. I don't know if you've ever taken a look at some of the track and field athletes in the Olympics or even in college. You'll take a look at the track athletes and you'll see the sprinters, and you'll see the middle distance runners, and you'll see the long distance runners. And if you take a look at these guys and you notice most of their bodies, most of the long distance runners you're going to see are very lean, very, very, very lean, but you're also going to see very little muscle tone, right? So they're just going to be skinny people. Middle distance runners are a little bit less than that, but along the same lines. And then you've got your sprinters who are very muscular. They're usually compact, minus Usain Bolt. They're usually compact and really just rippling muscles. And it obviously shows a low body fat percentage. And a high muscle percentage. So if that's the kind of look you're looking for, and you're kind of looking for extreme fat loss and real good definition, sprinting is for you, right? But there are a few things that you need to know about sprinting when you do these things. Sprinting, it's more about the actual preparation for it than the actual sprints. You have to get a good warm-up going before you actually start your real sprints. So you're going to want to take about 20 minutes, do a couple things like some jumping jacks, some rotational lunges, some dive bombers, some hip flexion, hip extension, maybe some drop squats, some Frankensteins, where you're actually letting those hamstrings start to loosen up and get ready for the movement of the sprints. Because if you don't get ready for that, you're going to see a lot of cramps, you're going to see some pulled muscles, and a good amount of injury. The other thing that you need to know about sprinting is you cannot just start sprinting. As a kid, guess what? You probably could with little to no harm done, but as adults, we're not used to that stuff anymore. So what you want to do is get a good warm-up in with some of those movements in there. Make sure you maybe get a light sweat going in your warm-up, 15 or 20 minutes of that, and then we can actually start our sprinting drills. We can start with things like high knees or skips. And maybe limit your sprints to, when you first start out, maybe limit your sprints to about 50 yards or so, maybe 50 meters. If you're really hungry, maybe go for 100. But what we want to do is start out about 60 to 75% of our maximum speed for a couple sprints, right? The amount of rest you want to get is enough rest to where you're breathing normal again before you start your next sprint. So maybe it's 60 to 75% down for 50 yards, walk it back, do 60 to 75% down for 50 yards again, walk it back, and do maybe 3 or 4 of those. And then we can start to ramp up the intensity, and maybe we go 85% now, and we'll do 3 or 4 of those. And maybe we go, after that, maybe we'll go 95%, pretty short distance, we'll do 1 or 2 of those, see how we feel, and then if we need a little bit more, we'll add 1 or 2 of those the first time out, right? So that's a good amount of sprinting done in your workout. So that might take you, besides the warm-up, that might take you, 15 minutes to get those sprints down, because it might take, 10, let's call it 10 seconds to do your 50-yard sprint, and then let's call it about a minute to walk back. So you're looking at a 1 to 6 ratio, work to rest ratio. So that's a pretty good ratio. That's a pretty high ratio. You could probably even limit that a little bit more, so maybe go 1 to 3. So if it takes you 10 seconds to go down there, maybe walk it back in 30 and then go again. So our main goal, the goal for the first time out, is to get 5 good sprints in. Once we do that, and once we're consistent with that, we can start to increase the distance, and we can start to increase the amount of times we go top speed. So that's that. You're going to know, once you're done with the sprints, you're going to know it was good for you, because all your muscles are going to feel tight, and your legs are going to burn a little bit, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I really did a different workout for me today. Your muscles will thank you, because you'll be burning fat off of them the whole day long, as opposed to getting on a treadmill, running 4 miles for 45 minutes and you're done. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully some of you guys can find a local high school track nearby, or if you got a university track, that's cool too. You know, you can do these sprints in the grass too. It doesn't have to be on a track, right? I do these sprints sometimes outside the gym in the back. There's like this long alleyway, and we'll do sprints back there. Some of the clients hate it, but guess what? Gets results. So enjoy your sprints. I'm gonna go and do mine tomorrow morning at 6 with a couple of my guys, and you guys enjoy the night, and we'll talk with you later.